Thanks very much everyone for coming along. Essendon Chairman Paul Little will make a statement and then Essendon Senior Coach James Hurd will follow him. They won't be available for any questions. Over to you, Paul.
Good afternoon. The AFL has this afternoon, against their initial undertaking, released the statement of grounds in support of the charge issued against the Essendon Football Club. We do not consider the statement of grounds supporting the charge is justified by the evidence gathered during the investigation. It makes assertions that are simply not supported by the evidence. The time of the release is no coincidence. The release follows last night's revelation that the AFL has known since February of this year that one of the substances at the very heart of this matter, AOD 9604, was not banned and was not a banned substance. That the AFL has known this for 6 months but let questions hang over the heads of the club and most unforgivably our players is reprehensible. This, being exposed by the AFL insider, has promoted this latest PR attack on the club and the individuals concerned. The club had sought to prevent these charges being released for one very good reason. We believe a number of the allegations to be outrageous, without foundation or substantiation, specifically the assertion that players were administered prohibited substances. This is severely damaging to our reputations and to those of the individuals charged. The club has always maintained that we did not deliberately set out to run a supplement program that involved prohibited substances being given to our players. Indeed, we did not accept that prohibited substances were so administered. In the AFL's own words, neither Essendon nor Hurd, Reid or Corcoran or Thompson set out to implement a supplements program that would result in players being administered WADA prohibited or harmful substances. ASADA, in its interim report, did not make any positive findings that individual players were injected with specified prohibited substances. We have always maintained that AOD 9604 was not a prohibited substance in 2011-2012, and advice of professional experts has supported this. Since receiving these charges a little over a week ago, I have personally been in constant dialogue with the AFL, in which both parties have attempted to have the charges reworded to better reflect the actual events and evidence that was collated and reach common ground in relation to possible sanctions should the club plead guilty to any of the charges. Clearly, the AFL was aware of the failings of its original charge sheet. The revised draft charge sheet provided to me by the AFL earlier this week has been posted on our website. A cursory comparison of this document against the release released by the AFL today underscores my contention that the original charges were designed to do little more than score media headlines and ultimately intimidate us. This belligerent attitude has carried through to discussions on potential sanctions. As I have said before, the club recognises that it had shortcomings in governance and management practices in the late 2011-2012 season. Already we have changed many things within the club to avoid a repeat of this, and we understand that we will have to accept a penalty from the AFL for those shortcomings. However, we maintain our belief that no player was administered either harmful or prohibited substances, and assert there is insufficient evidence upon which any such allegation should have been made. Certainly, the interim ASADA report provided no proof to the contrary, and in a letter dated the 2nd of August 2013 to the AFL CEO Andrew Demetrio, ASADA CEO Aurora Andruska reinforced this view. The AFL is determined to punish Essendon and the Essendon Football Club and the 4 individuals involved as though we were drug cheats. As chairman of this football club, and with the unanimous backing of the Essendon board, and based on the evidence, I cannot and will not accept that, like all football followers and football fans, I cannot accept that point of view, and we want this matter resolved as soon as possible. I call on the Commission Chairman, Mike Fitzpatrick, to step in and take over this process, as I, along with a significant percentage of all football public, have lost total confidence in the AFL executive to handle this matter. Thank you.